I find it fascinating that when I look at the back end of this podcast behind the scenes, of all the many thousands of people who listen to this show every single month, so few of them have actually hit that follow button, and even fewer have ever left us a rating or a review. If you enjoy the podcast and you get value out of it, then I would ask that you do us a solid and just take a small moment to hit that follow button. And if you want to go just one little step further, take a second to rate and review the show. It means nothing to you, but it means everything to me. And you just taking a small amount of your time to support the show is going to allow me to expand the reach of this podcast, bring it to more and more people, and continue to bring you more and more value every single week. So wherever you are right now, just take one moment, tap that follow button, and if you want to go just a little step further, leave us a rating and a review. Thank you so much for listening in and supporting the show. Thank you for being here today, and let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome to the Conscious Love Show. Whether you are single, you are in a relationship, or you're healing a broken heart, this show is here to inspire you, to remind you how beautiful, lovable, and amazing you truly are, and to give you the practical tools and insights to navigate from wherever you are right now to the loving relationship that you so deeply want to have. My name is Shane Kohler. I'm a certified transformational coach and trainer with over a decade experience helping people release their trauma and open their hearts to love. I've delivered seminars all over the world, coached thousands of people through my online platforms and programs, and every week I'm coming straight to you with the hottest insights and the best teachers around, bringing you powerful resources and profound conversations to heal your relationship with love, dating, and yourself. I'm so grateful you're here, and if it's your first time, welcome. You can count on me to always show up for you with my very best and a commitment to learn and grow myself so I can serve you to my maximum ability. Thanks so much for tuning into the show. I've got some awesome things planned for you today. So without further ado, let's dive in. How to be open about body insecurities to a new partner without being unattractive. It's a great question. And my question to you, first of all, would be, what makes you feel like you need to? So think about that, because if you feel like you need to share your body insecurities with a partner, you can, and I'll tell you maybe a little bit about how to approach that. But if you were really rooted in the energy of who you are without your body, then would you really need to tell them all the things you feel insecure about your body? Right? I'm going to say that one more time. If you were really rooted in everything that you are, in your presence, in your energy, in your vitality, in your your creativity and your passion and your generosity, like everything that you are minus the body, and you were leading with that, would you really feel like you need to tell them about your body insecurities? I don't think so. So when you feel like you need to tell them about your body insecurities, what I hear is that there's a part of my body that I'm not at peace with. There's a part of my body that I haven't accepted. And because I'm not at peace with this part, I want to tell this person about it so that maybe I can get them to accept it. And if they'll accept it, then I'll feel okay about it. And this is what I want to say. They may or may not ever accept that part of your body. They may not even see that part of your body, to be honest. Like, you might feel like you're overweight, or you might feel like there's some mark or some blemish or something that you're really insecure about. They might have never even noticed it. Like, my wife does this all the time. She's like, oh my God, I'm breaking out all over the place. And I'm like, really? I didn't even notice. Like I look at her every day, didn't even occur to me that she's breaking out. And yet she looks in the mirror and it's all that she sees. Right? So, and I want to read your comment now because you're chiming in here. So you say, just in terms of honesty, so they can maybe reassure you, not that you need reassurance, but it might just come up at the beach or something. But true. Yeah. So it might come up at the beach, right? I'm in a bathing suit and I have a little extra weight or whatever. And now they're going to see it. Well, it doesn't really need to be named, right? They're going to see it like they're going to see it at the beach. They're also going to see it when you're naked in the bedroom with them, right? Like if you're in a relationship with someone and you're physically intimate and emotionally intimate, they're going to see all of it. And so at the end of the day, it becomes less about trying to make sure that they can accept all of these things and just giving them the opportunity to either accept it or not. If they see you naked in the bedroom and they're cool with it, then you're good. And if they're not cool with it, then they're not going to be cool with it. And that's probably going to cause a fracture in the relationship that you'll need to deal with. Now, I don't want to say that you can never name it with them, because you can. And it's appropriate. And like, I think my wife and I, we've basically shared all our body insecurities with each other. So like, I'm not saying that you never would, but I don't think the beginning of a relationship is the time for it. And not because you're hiding it, not because you're trying to play it cool, but just because in the beginning of a relationship, it's about, this is who I am. You see my body, you feel my energy, you see my mind, we have conversations, and you're either going to appreciate and accept me as I am, or you're not. And if you do appreciate and accept me as I am, then we just keep moving forward in the relationship. If you don't appreciate and accept me as who I am, then this relationship isn't going to work out. So when it becomes appropriate, I think, is when you have a sustained level of emotional intimacy that would be natural, right? When they've already seen your body in every possible way, when you've crossed all those bridges together and you know that you've been accepted by them, and then you can say, I'm a little insecure about this extra weight I carry, or I'm a little bit insecure about this mark on my body, or whatever it might be. And they can just say, yeah, I hear you, I get that, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I love you just the way you are. Right? So I would say the time to bring that up is when you've reached a stage in a relationship where it's a non-issue, where you're not bringing it up like a confession, you're just bringing it up like a regular conversation, where you've already been so accepted by them that you can share those things freely. And it's just like, yeah, I get that. Not a big deal. In the early stages, rather than looking to them for reassurance, basically asking like, am I good enough? Will you tell me I'm good enough? You're showing up as someone who knows they're good enough. And you don't need the other person's reassurance to validate that. And I know this is like, it's a really uncomfortable, complex thing, right? Because you're like, well, I don't feel that secure in myself. I don't feel that I don't feel that I'm at that place. And so I do need the reassurance. And this is what I would say. Rather than looking to that person to offer you that reassurance, I would seek to build it within yourself. And so when you get to a point in the relationship where they're seeing your whole body and like it's just out there, right? Just let yourself be seen and let them feel however they feel about it. Let them think whatever they think about it. And just take deep breaths and be present in your body. Like the practice I was talking about earlier, be present in your body, deep breaths. This is me. I'm not posturing. I'm not pretending. I'm not presenting. This is just me. Here I am. See all of me. And embrace that vulnerability of being seen. And it might feel a little uncomfortable for you, but just breathe through that discomfort. And this is the really magical thing that happens when you do something like that. It becomes less about what they think when they see you and more about you programming yourself on a nervous system level that I am worthy of being seen, that there is nothing shameful about me. There's nothing I need to hide. Yeah, there are these little things about my body that I feel a little insecure about, but they're not such a big deal that I need to hide them or try to protect them from being seen. And when you start to let yourself be seen on that level, what you're doing is you're reinforcing the idea that you're worthy of being seen, that you don't need to hide, that there's nothing you need to hold shame around. And at that point, it becomes less about whether that person is accepting you or not. And it becomes more about you really grounding yourself in that. And if they don't accept you, say the relationship doesn't move forward from that place, well, then it might feel like a loss, but it's actually a win. And here's why. You still walk away with the nervous system integration that says, I let myself be seen. One other thing I want to add to that, because we are talking about the body here. I think it's important before someone sees all of your physical body to build an emotional resonance with them, to build an emotional depth, to build an emotional safety. Because say you do have a little extra weight, or say there is something about your body that isn't up to some perfect standard. What you want to do is you want to build enough emotional resonance in the relationship that they value you as a human being more than they value your body. So if it's, the night of the first date and you're ripping all your clothes off, like, yeah, there's a higher probability you're going to be rejected based on something physical because you haven't given them anything else to hold on to. So when you're in, I heard it explained this way once, and I thought it was really brilliant. And this wasn't necessarily about body shame. This was more about having sex with someone new. But I think the two conversations go hand in hand, because the way this person broke it down was they said, in every new relationship, there are really two tracks for intimacy. There's an emotional track for intimacy, and there's a physical track for intimacy. And if the track for physical intimacy gets too far ahead of the track for emotional intimacy, then the relationship becomes unbalanced and it usually falls apart. Because if you're that physically intimate with someone, you've seen them naked, you've touched every part of them, you've done all the things with each other, but you don't have the emotional intimacy to ground all of that, it starts to become a little awkward. It starts to become a little uncomfortable. And then what usually happens at that point is, because it feels awkward and it feels uncomfortable and you don't have the emotional intimacy to ground that, somebody, and often the man, I hate to say it, but will often just withdraw. Because he'll be like, this is awkward, this is uncomfortable, I already got what I came for, I don't know what to do with this, so I'm just going to pull away. And then often the woman is left going, I gave you all of myself, I gave you everything you wanted, why wasn't it enough? And so this is the thing, is that when you let that emotional track develop first, you build that emotional intimacy first, you build rapport in the relationship. And now that you have rapport in that relationship and there's something real that you're grounded in, the physical intimacy becomes an expression of that emotional groundedness. And so it's not like we're just having sex with each other and I'm hoping the sex is good enough to keep them around. It's more like we have an actual relationship with each other. This relationship has a real emotional depth as a container. And then the sex we have is something that is an expression of that emotional depth. It's something that happens within the container of our relationship rather than the entire essence of the relationship. And when it comes to someone seeing you physically naked and exposing your body to them and all the parts of it that you might be ashamed of, that's really the only context that is safe enough to hold your body shame. If you're exposing your physical body without that emotional context, like the only thing I can really say about it is it's not really safe. They might find you attractive enough, they might not, but there's nothing really sustainable there to ground the relationship in something more real than just physical attraction. So to go back to the original question, I know I've talked about a lot here, but I want to go back to the original question. So a couple of things. One, ground yourself in what's great about you outside of your body. Let that lead in the relationship. Let yourself be seen when it's safe to be seen. So when there's enough emotional container in the relationship to let yourself be seen, take deep breaths, let the person see all of you, and ground yourself in the truth of, I am worthy of being seen. Whatever shame I hold around my body does not make me unworthy of being seen. And only after all of that has happened, and you reach a point where there's solidity and security in the relationship, then if you want to share about your body shame, it's appropriate. But it's appropriate because the relationship has gotten to a place that warrants that kind of vulnerability. You're not asking someone who just met you to hold your vulnerability and make you feel safe in it. Those are my thoughts. Great question. Great question. Yeah, thank you so much for asking. Beautiful question. Thanks again for checking out the show. Please subscribe on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on the most. And I would love it so much if you leave a review and tell people what you think of us. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram @TheLivingRelationship to connect more closely. And I'm grateful to be supporting you on your journey to love.